What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another rendition of the player ratings show. A fantastic 2-0 victory for Palace over Newcastle. Uh, got a lot to discuss as far as players, how they performed, what we saw. I'm your host for this one, T, joined by Patrick. Um, Before we get into it, Patrick, really quickly, just give me your thoughts on the overall performance from the squad.
I thought it was brilliant. I love the way we set up. I love the pressing. I got to watch Glasner's post match, and he mentioned that he spoke to the analyst and he said we won the ball 4 times in Newcastle's half. Twice by Ebbs, once by Wharton, and once by Tyreek Mitchell. And he said that we were playing at such a high rate, he thought he had to make 12 subs at halftime. We were playing so hard, the intensity was so high. So I just
Yeah,
think the style of play, the way we played today. I mean, listen, we've beaten some top sides lately: Newcastle, Liverpool, Bournemouth, not last year's Leeds, Southampton, Leicester. I mean, these are quality sides. So, nah, man, I thought we played really well today. It was a great performance.
yeah, it was great. I loved the aggression that we had. I loved the way we pressed, the way we kept them pinned in. I think there was one point in the second half where they had three shots and none on goal, and it's just like
Yeah.
that's just a testament to how we're playing. But we're going to get straight into it with the ratings, starting with our goalkeeper, Dean Henderson. So, Patrick, you gave him a 7.5, and I also gave him a 7.5. Now, for me personally, I had him lower. I had him right at about that 6.5 ish rating because he just didn't have a lot to do for most of the match. But then he had some really good saves towards the end. I thought that I felt were deserving of a better rating. So, what did you see from him with your rating?
I mean, for me, we had discussion at the last game about he had nothing to do, and then he gave the silly own goal. To me, he had two saves to make. The Isak one-on-one, first half, brilliant save. Isak is
Yep,
a top quality player.
yep.
And then Anderson header, 80 something minute, he made the save on. Besides that, nothing to do. But listen, he kept the clean sheet against Newcastle. I got to give him at least a 7.5 for that. So that's why I get that rating that game.
Absolutely, man. Very much deserving of it. Happy he got his clean sheet with that one. So the next one we'll go to is Nathaniel Klein, or excuse me, Munoz. So Munoz, we both had it the same here. And the funny thing is, we did not talk about these ratings before, but it seemed like we were very much along the same lines with our thinking. Once again, man, Munoz puts in a heck of a performance. Um, the work rate is always there. The overlapping, the link up, defensive contribution. Um, I can't think of anything else to give him. I'm still waiting for that goal for him. I feel like it's so close, but what did you see from Munoz out there?
I thought again, the pressing by him again. You see him in the box at least twice, pressing the goalkeeper or one of the defenders.
Yep.
He had 5 tackles, the most in the match, 9 passes into the final third. And what I really liked about him was that whoever he was marking, whether it was Harvey Barnes or Anthony Gordon, did nothing all game. Did nothing. So he's brilliant defensively today. So
Absolutely. Moving on. Looks like we got Tyreek Mitchell to Tariq. I mean, now this is pretty close too. You had him at an 8, I had him at a 7.5. Um, I feel like it was a good match from him overall. I mean, um, I don't feel like he had the same amount of offensive involvement that he had um, in our last match at the weekend, but he was involved defensively. Was great with playing against those wide men for Newcastle. Once again, Tariq's another one. I really want him to get a goal. I really want him to get a goal, man. I feel like he's so close, man. But what'd you see from him out there?
again, very solid. I like that each game is something different. Like last match was more focused on Mitchell getting forward. Today, more Munoz getting forward. Tariq passing was 76%, wasn't great, but I think he played really well defensively. And again, he kept Anthony Gordon quiet. I don't remember Gordon doing anything during that match. And again, before the game, I was very worried about the attacking trio of Barnes, Gordon, Isak, because Isak later on. I thought
Hmm.
our defenders in general did a great job. Clean sheet against Newcastle, you got to give everybody at least 7.5 and up to me. So that's why I
Yeah,
gave him
I
my
was
10.
I kind of felt that's like, man, it's like it's gonna be a whole lot of eights on this sheet. I don't know. I mean, it just is what it is. So, all right. So moving on to the next guy, we got Anderson, and honestly, Pat, I think he could have been anywhere from an 8 to some people probably would have put him at a 10.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
think I saw Bobby Manzi on Twitter had him at a 10, and it's like, it 10 probably seems high, man, but we were amazing. Palace was amazing. So I mean, I had him at an 8. I felt like our back three was just super super solid, man. Um, Anderson's doing such a great job with not only defending but pushing up into the midfield, being involved, spraying passes. Um, and then once again, another captain. He captained again. So, I think it says a great deal about um, his contribution, his ability to step up and lead and play well from the back. Man, I was extremely impressed by our back three again.
Yeah, again, part of a back three that was had a clean sheet. The only thing I would say, he didn't seem to spray the passes around as much today. I
Hmm.
think his accuracy was only at like 78%. But
Hmm.
defensively, Isak kept him quiet. 6 clearances, two-headed, 8 recoveries. I mean, defensively, he was very good. And again, that captain's armband is really working well. He's playing really well as a captain.
Absolutely, man. I mean, he's proven his worth every single time he's put the band on. So moving right along, Kleiny, 8-5 and 8. I mean, I think he's deserving of it. I think he's deserving of both scores for sure. Um, it's amazing to me the way that the managing has brought multiple players to another level with us. Like you got Nathaniel Klein at 34 playing out of position for the first time in his career. And I don't think he's had a game yet that's been under probably like a 7.5 score. Like he's been amazing. Playing super well, extremely solid, great versatility. I did not see him get forward as much in this match. I don't feel like. I mean, shoot, he had a time where he overlapped in attack one time during the weekend, but it felt like a lot of his efforts were more concentrating on the defensive side because, like you said, very very strong attacking trio from Newcastle. But I was very pleased with what he did overall, especially in contributing to the clean sheet.
Yeah, definitely helped out in shutting down the Barnes, Isak, Gordon triumvirate. Passing's getting much better, 88% today. I think the last game he was like 94%. Least amount of touches of anybody on the pitch, which is why you probably don't remember seeing him, but he was just solid. And again, he started 3 straight games in a position he hasn't been familiar with his whole career. He kept 2 clean sheets. I
Yep,
mean, you can't, what can you ask for more than that? Nothing. So
it's huge, man. Get those bonuses. Next, moving right along, is Chris Richards and 8.5 and 8 again. I mean, I just went eights all across the board with the back three. I mean, I was like super solid, super happy. I love what I'm seeing out of Chris Richards under Glasner in the back three. He's extremely aggressive. I love how aggressive he's playing, coming up and really defending from the back. One of the things that I saw a stat from Tampa Palace that talked about that showed all of the tackles from our defenders. And just looking at just our back three, there were only 7 tackles that they had to put in, and they weren't really at the back at all. They were pretty close to being at the halfway line. So guys are really being aggressive with pressing up and turning the ball over. Um, I think it works out for a guy like Richards because he has the recovery speed. Even if he's out there, he's aggressive. He may whiff or miss or may not completely win a duel. He's got the ability to get back, and not only that, we do have cover behind him. I think we do a really great job of covering of recovering and getting back. So great performance from him, and looking forward to seeing more from him for sure.
yeah, my main concern with him was his confidence level and his passing. Today, passing 88%. The
Yeah,
more he plays, the better he gets. Listen, we're
mhm.
missing one of the best defenders in the country, Mark Gahey, and we haven't missed him. I never thought I would ever say that. We don't
And
miss
I
Mark
mean, that
Gahey, and that's crazy to
says
say.
so much. That says so much because, especially around all the rumors of losing him, possibly, it's like, we won't be able to defend. We won't be the same team without Mark Gay at the back, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but kudos to Chris and the rest of the back three. So next guy on the list is Wharton. You gave him 7. I gave him 8. I mean, Wharton has just become just for a guy his age, he's just a steady piece in the middle. Um, his passing wasn't up to the level that we're used to seeing. I saw him slip a few times too, and believe it or not, I saw a lot of guys slipping out there on the pitch today. I'm not sure, what that may be attributed to, watering of the field, whatnot, but a lot of slips. But yeah, I think the one thing that stood out was that his passing wasn't up to what it usually was. I'm sure you probably have some stats on that, but he did have a really nice shot on goal that was actually on goal. So
Yeah,
shout out to him for that.
yeah. He played. He was solid. He just wasn't. The passing's only at 74%. But what I
Mhm.
give him huge credit for today was he neutralized Longstaff and Guimaraes. I didn't see them. They didn't. They had no impact on the game at all. Him and Hughes. We'll get to Hughes in a minute. Him and Hughes were really good together again. Again, like I mentioned before, that stat that he was one of the 4 players, 2 players that won the ball in the opposition half to create a turnover that led to a chance. So again, it wasn't up to his high standard, but he still had a very, very, very good game.
Yep, absolutely. So next guy on the list, none other than Mr. Will Hughes. You had him at a 9. I had him at an 8.5. Um, Will Hughes, another guy akin to what we saw when we were talking about with Nathaniel Klein. He's playing lights out. I mean, he's all over the pitch. He's harassing opponents. In this match, he gets in on the act with an assist. Almost scored a goal off the one touch shot from the
Yeah,
side that hit off the
yeah,
post. Like he's he's playing great, man. I mean, I'm really really happy to see what we're getting from him, especially like similar to what we talked about with missing Gay. You go into a match like that, missing Lerma, and we don't really miss a step.
yeah. It's crazy. You can go through the entire lineup and talk about improvements of players. We talk
Mhm.
about Richards, Mitchell getting better, but Will Hughes, man, I went to 3 matches in December and watched him in person, and I was telling myself, what is he doing out there? But
Yep,
now you
I
have a
was
coach
doing
comes in here, puts him in a position where he can thrive. And today, for me, man of the match today, played brilliantly. He was so good today. The assist on the goal, but it was the tackling, the 82% passing, 7 out of 10 ground duels won, the most foul player on the pitch at 4, an assist, like you said, a shot on goal. He was so good today. He just getting better each game. Who would have? I would never thought I would say that about Will Hughes playing. I wouldn't want him to even come off the bench, let alone because
it.
I'm one of many who complained about why is he subbing on Hughes for Wharton? Why? Our whole chat would go off every time you put on, and I look at Will Hughes. Listen, man,
Yep.
listen, been really good since Glasgow came in, and again was really really good today. Man of the match for me today.
And it's in the midfield too, also. I think for a while we thought there's no way a guy like Will Hughes can play well in the midfield too. Guys like thinking about, oh yeah, he's at best a squad guy. He's championship level. This, that, and other. I mean, so many things have been said about him on our team, and for him to come out and perform like that is pretty impressive. So
What I'll say is, I mean, everybody know if you could tell, I've been very sick all day. My voice is messed up. I want to say one more thing though. I have no problem people judging players, but you got to give players time,
yeah,
because they go through where either they're used to starting, they don't start, they're injured, coming off injury, something going on in the background. I mean, we are very quick, and that's not we meaning back of the nest or Palace fan in general, quick to judge
in
players before they
general.
get to. And Will Hughes to me, I mean, I'm saying it for me. I judge him way too quickly. He is in the right position. He is a really good player, and I'm really glad that he's playing so well right now.
Shows you how much a manager means. Tell you that.
Don't get me started on that. Anyway,
Next guy on the list is none other than Eberechi Eze. Both of us had him at an 8. Man, I tell you, I was really interested to see how Eze was going to come out in this match, being that uh, OG decided to not start Elise. And the knock is that Eze can't perform to the optimal level or play well without the help of somebody like Elise taking off some of the pressure. He was almost unplayable today at times. Like he played so well. He had shots that could have ended up in goals. Like I have been extremely impressed with him, especially against these more top quality opponents that he's coming out and having good matches against. But what do you think, P?
yeah, I'm actually upset that he's playing so well because the more better he plays, the more that you're gonna have those top six sides I said he couldn't get into 4 weeks ago are gonna be coming in back for him. So it'll be Liverpool,
Absolutely,
Man City
absolutely,
gonna come in for him. Today was really
absolutely.
good. I wrote one of my notes I wrote down was involved a lot in the first half, and it got more better in the second half. Set up the
Mm-hmm.
goal for Mateta, um, 84% passing, 4 dribbles, 5 shots on goal, 5 recoveries, defensively very good. Almost won a penalty. Just really good today, man. And again, not against some kind of bottom five side, a top side. Played really
Not at
well.
all.
So I mean, really, I mean, involved. And again, like you said, didn't have only said beginning of the game and still performed at a high level. So
Yep,
credit to Eze today. Played really well.
absolutely. Next guy on the list, Mr. Jordan Ayu. You gave him an 8. I gave him a 7.5. Um, I felt like I, Ayu was really trying out there. He was getting going. He's winning the ball back. Uh, and at times he wasn't super involved going forward for a while, but then he did get a great assist. I mean, a great one-touch assist to Mateta, and even after he gave the assist, and they showed some replays, he didn't look happy at all. I'm just like, sad man running his back, man. What's going on? Like, why are you not happy for your guys? But nonetheless, very solid performance for him in the starting role, stepping in for Elise.
Yeah, I mean, seventh assist in the Premier League this season for
7.
IU.
Wow.
7 assists. I mean, listen,
Wow.
I'm not worried about IU smiling. That's his nature, but performances I'm worried about. And he played really well today. 86% passing, two
Mm,
shots on goal. I like the fact he was taking long shots from distance, trying to catch a
mhm.
goalie out, which I like. Maybe that was a Glasner told him to do that or whatever. Um, 6 recoveries, good defensively. He's not Michael Olise. We all know that. But today people talk about he hasn't played well under Glasner, but he did today, and that assist was really well worked. Eze to him
Just
to Mateta for the goal was really good. Beautiful
just
one-touch passing. So
unbelievable. So moving on to the man up top, Jean Philippe. 8.5 for UP and a 9 for me, man. Another brace for JP. I think that's now 7 goals in his last 7 matches and 13. I want to say all competitions 13, and I think maybe 11, 10 or 11 in the Premier League.
you want the real stats? I'll give them to you.
I would love it.
So 8 goals in 9 games under Glasner.
8 and 9. Gotcha.
Right, 11 goals in the Premier League,
Gotcha.
14 on the season because he had hat trick against
14.
Plymouth. 14. All right.
Ooh.
Listen, I've had to defend this poor guy for a long time, and he probably should have gotten a 10 for me today, but I thought we used it so good today. But Mateta today worked his what off.
Mm-hmm.
2 goals in again, 2 goals last game. He's not scoring against bad teams now. Remember, he scored against Man City this season. He's scoring against some of the top teams. He's not scoring against Newcastle. He's not scoring against bad teams. He's scoring, when we need him to score. Work rate really well. I mean, listen, man. You wanted a goal scorer. I said, give me double digits in the Premier League. I'll be happy. He's got 11, and we got
Mm-hmm.
like 4 games to go. He's going to get more than 11 goals. And listen, he's just playing at another level. He's a perfect Gloucester striker. And he's really, I mean, I can't say enough about Mateta. Great game today. And the two
Most
massive goals. Go ahead.
most goals by a striker in recent history, would that be Christian Benteke's first
Yes. 17. 17. Yeah.
17?
Hmm.
Does Mateta get 17? At this rate, at this rate with 4 matches left, my vote is yes. I think Mateta gets it. Put me on record as saying that. I'm going with him. So next guy, moving on to our sub players. Michael Elise, 7 for you, Pat, 7.5 for me. For me, even though it was a short cameo for him, there's such a brightness that you get with him when he gets on the pitch and the ball gets at his feet and he starts pushing at guys. I mean, when he first got in there, I remember that first touch on the wide right. He makes the sweet foot behind the back pass to Munoz going up the right side, and the whole crowd's like, "Ooh!" It's like that's his aura, like the thing that he brings. So not too much time, which is great. Not a lot on his legs, which is probably good move going into the weekend. But thought it was a solid performance from him.
Yeah, fine. Came on, helped us see out the game. Like you just said, comes on and creates stuff that other people can't create. He's a problem that you have to worry about when he comes on the pitch. And I love the fact that he didn't start because honestly, he needed a rest. And I love a manager that we have now that will see that he doesn't need to play every single game, and we can still win. So, uh,
Yeah,
credit to Glazo on that one.
absolutely. Gyro redeval, 6 for you, 6.5 for me. I would have had him closer to a 7 had it not been for that one wayward pass that he had,
Yeah.
because he was playing solid up until that point. I like the way he was involved in the attack, the way he was defending, the way he's moving the ball. He was doing really well until that one wayward pass that luckily we were able to recover and it didn't hurt us. But decent cameo performance. The third substitute appearance for Gyro since coming back from injury. So I think it says a lot that Glasner trusts him to get out there and play and get minutes, man.
That's the key right there, T. He's got gaining the trust of the manager. See out an important game, and I like that. Like you just said, he made that one mistake. Besides that, very solid 2 out of 2 aerial duels. Um, 1 out of 1 tackles, one, and again came on in the past about something come on and don't do anything and we lose the game, but not today. Gyro came on and saw out the game, which is important.
Absolutely, absolutely. Moving on. Jeff Schlupp, 7-7. Can't fault it. Solid performance. He came on, played well. He had a really nice knock around on one of the defenders for Newcastle that led to a chance for us. Happy for his appearance. He did well. Seems that Glasner really likes him in that backup inside forward role on the left side behind Eze.
Yeah, again, he was. I mean, if you remember, go back to the goal. He gets the ball from Will Hughes on the give and go, cuts it
Yep.
back to Hughes. Hughes crosses for the goals. He's part of that goal. Without him, probably don't score that goal. So again, comes on 7 minutes in the game, sees out the game at 1-0. Actually adds to that 1-0, makes it 2-0, helps for that. So you can't fault him. He came on again. Subski that have to come in and make an impact either defensively by stopping, offensively by scoring goals, or just going in and just seeing out a game. And all three, or Joe Ward was in there for only a couple of minutes, but besides
Yep.
him, all 4 subs did their job today.
Yep. Absolutely. So moving on to the last one, as you just mentioned, Joel Ward.
No,
Oh,
actually, no, the
yeah.
manager.
Going straight to the manager, yeah, because I had an NA for Joel Ward, because
Yes, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
he's gonna play a few minutes. But looking at Glasner, 9.5 for you and 10 for me. I mean, I I I haven't been this happy with a manager ever with Palace. I mean, I can't lie. I mean, in my shorter time, I mean, I cannot lie. I mean, you look at yours, it says fans since 1971. It's real fandom right there. I can't go back that far, but um, I feel like I had a lot of love for Patrick Vieira in his first few matches, but even then, I think the way that we're playing, the system, the way the system's working, the way that the uptick in the players, like it is so refreshing to have a manager come in and do what OG has done.
Yeah. Listen, I should have given him a 10, but I'm getting tired of giving him 10s. He's so good.
Oh, so what a
That's
problem to
what it comes
have.
down to. Yeah, exactly. Like you
If you win
said,
at the weekend, he's gonna get a 9.
I've seen a lot of managers. The setup perfect. With your decision to not play IU. I mean, that play Olise and start IU. I thought that was a great idea. Had you thought Edward for Olise, Eze would have thought the same exact thing. Got to rotate the squad, rest players. Subs are very, very good. Um, the game plan was perfect to press them certain areas, to possess the ball, to harass Newcastle. Newcastle didn't know what hit them. I thought he was brilliant today. I mean, listen, this manager is doing. My son told me, I think the stat is, at the current rate, Pat would have 59 points over the course of the season if he had started from the beginning. 59 points. I mean, it's a phenomenal job. So, I mean, I can't, again, like I said about certain players, I run out of superlatives for Oliver Glasner. Very happy he's here. Hope he stays forever. And he's done a great job so far. Forever, I said forever.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things, man. With a full summer, with hopefully some substantial reinforcements coming in for us, and hopefully mitigating some of the losses that we may incur over the summer. What we could put together, what he could put together, would be amazing for sure. So, but hey, that is going to wrap up the latest edition of the player ratings. We will be back with you all shortly because, hey, we're right back at it again on Saturday against Fulham. So be on the lookout for the match preview, which will be coming. I'm sure Dee's probably cooking up an opposition preview as well, match reaction, as well as another edition of the player ratings will be on the way. So plenty of content coming for you guys. Don't forget, for anybody that's tuning in right now, like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate all of the love, all of the support. As always and forever, thank you from myself, thank you from Patrick, thank you from Back of the Nest, and up the palace.